Hey there, fellow Christian. Let's talk about what it means to actually believe. When it comes to the word believe, there's a huge difference between how we understand it in English and then how it was actually written for something concerning like Romans 10:9. For those that actually confess with their mouth and they believe that Jesus was risen from the dead, they will be saved. But in our understanding, that doesn't mean that our life has to be an example of what we actually believe. Because in English, it's more like a mental assent. We believe that it has happened or we believe that it will happen. Your life does not have to display that belief. So we have really weird teachings in the church that says you can have this moment where you just confess with your mouth, sure, I believe that he existed and that he was risen from the dead and that now because of that I'm saved and now I can just live like absolute hell and still see salvation.
Pastor Shelley, do you think that you're saved right now?
Yes.
But if you decided to abandon your position at the church, abandon your faith, publicly denounce Christ, you think that he would still give you eternal life at the day of the Lord?
No, I believe I already have eternal life and I could not lose it.
But let's take a look at what believe actually means. I'm going to introduce you to a man named Dr. Nehemiah Gordon, who was raised as an Orthodox Jew. He is a Karaite Jew who has his doctorate in biblical philosophy. At least I believe that's what it is. But either way, his entire lineage goes back hundreds of years with rabbis, famous ones at that. But he has a very personal and scholarly understanding of what things mean biblically, especially for the Hebrew. And this is what he says.
When you say believe in Hebrew, the word emunah, laha'amin, that doesn't just mean intellectually, it means through your actions. You show through your actions that you believe, because if you say but you believe in something and don't actually follow it up, then you don't, in a Hebrew sense, believe in it. And Hebrew is a very action-oriented language.
So now that we understand what believe actually means and how your life is supposed to be an example of it, we can look at things like Matthew 24:13 that talks about for the person that endures to the end, that they will be saved. What is the enduring part? That is where your life is an example of what you believe. And then upon the end, your life will be reviewed, you're found righteous, and you can go forward. Does this mean that it is a salvation of works? No. If you're doing it because you're trying to earn your salvation and you think that God owes you something, that's a salvation of works. But if you're doing it out of love, honor, and respect because you fear God and you just want to honor his instruction that he's given for your life, that is proper belief and what should be shown as an example as a Christ follower. Now it's just up to you. Which one are you going to be? The guy that says I believed and then lived like hell, or I believed and my life was shown through what I believed?